Hey, I'm back. I want to look into this alien radio signal that NASA has detected in space. They say that it's an intelligent radio signal trying to communicate with us. I want to dig into the details and see how they determine that and maybe find out what the origin is. That this is really interesting to hear. I'm going to do reaction to this. So walk through this with me and let's explore.
They detected it in a very narrow band of frequencies, and that makes it, it cannot be through natural processes, a very narrow band.
The universe just sent us a message we can't ignore. A crafted signal from Proxima Centauri's habitable zone has left scientists in shock. This isn't random static or the usual noise of space. It's deliberate, intelligent, and undeniably artificial. Advanced technology captured this faint signal. Could this be the first real proof that we're not alone?
But beyond that, even if there are things out there, there's no way we can see them because the light.
This is a part I want to kind of figure out how they determine that it's intelligent and things are out there communicating. I know that to receive radio signals, they have these giant antennas that are around the world that basically receive these sounds, and they have an AI, they have computers that convert them into data. So I'm wondering, how did they determine if that data is from something intelligent? Or maybe it's because radio signals come from different things, or maybe it's something that's like moving in a pattern, but that doesn't make it intelligent. I'm just trying to be a devil's advocate for a minute and see how they determine that. I haven't watched this yet, so I'm just riding along with you.
It just could not have gotten to us by now.
Let us follow this trail of cosmic breadcrumbs to its startling conclusion and brace for what might lie ahead. Dark extraterrestrial frequencies. Imagine receiving a postcard from a neighbor you didn't even know existed. That's what this could mean. Scientists initially brushed it off, thinking it was just a fluke. But after amplifying and scrutinizing the data using advanced technology, they uncovered something that made even the skeptics pause. This wasn't just a signal, it was a crafted message from the cosmos. And it was moving. The source seemed to be orbiting something deep in the Proxima Centauri system, hinting at a level of technology that we've never seen before. Then the message changed, as if it were responding to us. It's important to understand why this is such a big deal. Space is noisy. Stars, planets, and even black holes produce all kinds of signals, most of them chaotic and broad. But this signal was narrowband, a feature almost always linked to artificial sources. Natural phenomena just don't emit this kind of precision.
And this is where I was trying to get to. Okay, if they say natural phenomenon doesn't emit that type of precision, I just want to know what the difference is. I know they said it was a narrow band, but has a narrow band been emitted by something natural before, ever, or just never? Again, I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe he already said it, but I didn't catch that.
Combine that with its movement away from the telescope, and it's like a red flag waving in the void. Someone made this. What really rattled scientists was the signal's origin. Proxima Centauri is close, cosmically speaking, and it hosts a planet, Proxima b, that sits in the habitable zone, where conditions might support liquid water and potentially life. If this signal is coming from there, it's like finding a breadcrumb leading straight to an alien civilization. And if it's real, everything we know about our place in the universe could be flipped upside down. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. First, there's the question of verification. The signal needs to be analyzed and reanalyzed to rule out any possibility of human-made interference or a misinterpretation of natural phenomena. This is where new technology steps in. Techniques like phased array multiplexing have allowed scientists to isolate and enhance signals like never before. By combining data from multiple radio dishes around the globe, they can pinpoint the source with incredible accuracy. Here's the fascinating part. This technology has only recently become advanced enough to detect signals this faint and complex. That means this isn't necessarily the first time aliens have tried to contact us. It's just the first time we've had the tools to hear them. The signal might have been sitting there for years, just waiting for us to catch up. Now comes the million-dollar question.
Now that he mentions that, if the signal was sitting there for years waiting for us to catch up, how fast was the signal? Was it traveling? How fast was it traveling? If he mentions that maybe they were trying to contact us. And I'm wondering, anyway, I was gonna ask a question related to the Voyager or the signals we throw out there in space, in random space, if they ever caught any. I Again, I have my own personal view on this, but I'm not gonna mention it in this video.
Question. What's the message? Is it a simple ping to say, hello, we're here? Or is it something deeper, more complex, possibly a warning or an invitation? The truth is, nobody knows yet. Decoding it will take time, and even then there's no guarantee we'll understand what they're trying to say. But the fact that it's precise and deliberate suggests it's not just random noise. It's a message crafted with intent. Some might wonder why this is happening now. Why didn't we detect this signal decades ago? The simple answer is technology. A few years ago, our equipment wasn't sensitive enough to pick up something this faint. Now, with innovations like phased array systems, we're opening the door to a universe of possibilities. And this might just be the beginning. If this signal is real, there's a good chance others are out there waiting for us to...
He said the signal this faint. Again, if it's faint, did they do that on purpose, or is it because it's an old signal? Because I mentioned they say the signal could have been sitting out there. Because you would think if the technology was out there, they would make it more prominent, make the signal more loud. Just something that crossed my mind.
Listen, but what does this mean for humanity? The implications are enormous. For one, it would confirm that we're not alone in the universe. That's a paradigm shift on a scale that's hard to imagine. Religions, philosophies, and even politics would need to adapt to this new reality. On a more practical level, it could accelerate our efforts in space exploration. If there's intelligent life on Proxima b, it's no longer a question of whether we should try to visit. It's a question of when. Still, there are plenty of challenges ahead. Verifying the signal's authenticity is just the first step. Scientists need to determine if it's a one-time event or part of a series. If it's ongoing, it opens the door to a potential dialogue. But that raises another set of questions. How do we respond? What do we say? And how do we ensure our message is received and understood? There's also the issue of caution. Contacting an alien civilization isn't without risks. For all...
No kidding. This is part of what it's part of the opinion I have on this, which I'm not want to discuss. If it's up to me, we would just be here on our own and kind of develop on our own. I don't trust it, but some of us are curious. I'm a curious person, but to an extent, exploring on our own, but reaching out like that, I don't know. I can understand the curiosity, but to me, there's more risks to this, honestly. Way more risks.
We know they might not have friendly intentions. History on Earth is full of examples where one group's discovery of another led to disastrous consequences. It's something to think about as we move forward. For now, the focus remains on understanding the signal. Teams around the world are working tirelessly to decode it, analyze its properties, and determine its origin. Each discovery brings us closer to answering one of humanity's oldest questions. Are we alone? The discovery of this signal is more than just a scientific milestone. It's a reminder of the vastness and mystery of the universe. For centuries, humans have looked up at the stars and wondered if there's anyone else out there. Now, for the first time, we might be closer to an answer. And while there's still a long way to go, one thing is clear. The universe has secrets it's ready to share, and we're finally in a position to listen. But the details don't stop there. Researchers have revealed that the signal's frequency falls within a range commonly used in advanced communication technologies, further strengthening the argument that it's artificial. This isn't a random burst of cosmic noise. It's a structured and deliberate transmission. Such precision rules out natural sources like pulsars or magnetic stars, whose emissions tend to be chaotic and broad. Narrowband signals, on the other hand, are hallmarks of intelligent design. Another fascinating aspect is the signal's periodicity. It appears to follow a consistent pattern, as if it's repeating a coded message or transmitting a structured data stream. This kind of behavior is unheard of in natural phenomena and adds another layer of intrigue. Scientists are now working on algorithms to decode the possible message within the signal using techniques borrowed from fields like cryptography and linguistics. Meanwhile, telescopes around the world have been directed toward Proxima Centauri, searching for additional transmissions. The idea is to confirm the signal's authenticity and see if it's part of a larger communication effort. This requires a global network of observatories working in unison, a testament to how monumental this discovery could be. Let's not forget the potential origin, Proxima b. This exoplanet has been a subject of fascination for years because it lies within the habitable zone of its star, Proxima Centauri. The habitable zone is the sweet spot where conditions might allow liquid water to exist, a key ingredient for life as we know it. If the signal is indeed coming from Proxima b, it raises questions about what kind of civilization might exist there.
This is a good point that they make in regards to the livable planet, but at the same time, that doesn't necessarily mean that sentient beings have to be carbon-based, I guess, or made like we are. They could be made of minerals, or could be made of other things that are not as organic as we are, for all we know. But I guess deducing this signal, just for the sake of deducing this signal, I think that's a very good point they make.
Are they similar to us, or are they something entirely different? There's also the possibility that the signal isn't coming from Proxima b itself, but from a satellite or spacecraft orbiting the star. If that's the case, it would suggest an even higher level of technological advancement. Building and maintaining space infrastructure is no small feat, and it implies a civilization that's not only intelligent, but also highly resourceful. The signal's discovery opens the door to even bigger questions about the universe. The secret lives of ancient galaxies. The telescope's ability to peer deep into space, and by extension, time, has uncovered mysteries that boggle the mind. One of the biggest bombshells is a discovery that completely flips our...
I'm going to stop here. This is interesting. It's really interesting. I could go on and on, but let me know what you think about this in contacting them and communicating with life out in space. Should we continue with this, or should we just kind of stay in our own corner and develop on our own? I don't know. Or should we even... I don't know. I mean, I have my opinion again. I'm not going to say it right now, but feel free to share yours. And thank you so much for listening. And please, please, please like and subscribe.